everyone, welcome back to the homestead. I'm so glad you're with us today. We are making great progress on our little cottage. Today we are installing some door trims and some baseboards. When you're installing your own trim, you want to make sure that you install the door trim first because your baseboards are going to butt right up to that door trim, and you want to make sure that that spacing is correct. When cutting your door trim, you want to make sure that you're measuring from the bottom of the door to the top of where that trim is going to end. Keep in mind that is measuring in about 1/4 of an inch on the actual door trim. So you want to make sure that you're measuring that correctly, and then you'll want to cut this at 45-degree angles so that the side of your trim and the top of your trim make a nice corner on top. Now, to install these, we are using an electric brad nailer. I looked at our local hardware store for a brad nailer, and the only ones that I could find were either air compressor or battery powered. This one is electric. We found it on Amazon, and I will attach the link to that in the description of this video. If you're interested in it, it actually works pretty well. So hopefully, if you have some projects around the house that require that, you'll be able to use that too. So our baseboards are going to be cut at a 45-degree angle in the corners where the walls meet, but I'm also going to show you guys why I cut these at a 45-degree angle where I have two long strips of baseboards that meet each other. So here's what I mean about cutting this at an angle, because if I cut these square, then it's going to be a little more obvious whenever I caulk them, and it's going to be a little bit harder to hide that cut. If I cut this at an angle on the front side and this other board at an angle on the back side, then when they meet together, they will meet nice and flush, and I can nail them together very neatly. And then when I caulk them, it'll hide that a lot more. So if you have a long wall where you have to join two different strips of baseboard together, that's really the best way to do it. So the rest of this is going just to be measuring, cutting things. When you get to a corner, make sure you cut it at the 45-degree angle, nail it down. We'll come back later on and do some caulking and some painting. I'm just going to need to caulk and paint where the little nail holes are because these baseboards and the door trim have already been painted. So it makes the job a little bit nicer, a little bit less painting when things are already hung on the wall if you do it that way. But really, there's no wrong way to do it. Hey folks, thank you so much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, would you do so right now? And we hope to see you in a future video. Until then, y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.